All right, let's go ahead and create our content. I'm going to go over to the settings.png. Let's double click this to unlock it. I'm going to call it reference. Great, let's just drag this into our wishlist.psd. Drop it in there. Let's drag it to the top so we can see it over everything else. Okay, and I'm going to turn snap on. Let's go view snap, so this should just snap right into place. There we go. So let's go ahead and create these. I'm going to use my guides, and I'm gonna zoom in a lot closer because we have the white box, but we also have what appears to be a very small gray stroke. And yes, so I'm going to zoom up to the top, and I'm going to use my guide. And we're not going to go to the outside of the gray stroke. We're going to go to just the inside where it's touching the white. And let's do that for the bottom as well. Oops, scroll down, grab my guide, and let's make sure it's touching the white. And let's try to get it perfect. There we go. And I'm going to drag one more guide just to the top of the second one so we know how far to drag down. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit here. Let's go around 400. Let's go out a little bit further. Control or Command I. I want to see the whole screen. Let's just go back to 100. Okay, so let's grab our rectangular marquee tool. And before we do this, I want to create a new layer. And let's call this layer Course Settings BG. Okay, and I'm going to grab the rectangular marquee tool, and I'm going to use our guides, and I'm just going to drag. You can start outside the document if you want. We're just going to drag right here. Now I'm going to zoom in, make sure that my marquee is on the inside of that guide, and it is not, which is a problem. So I'm going to Control Command deselect. Make sure that this guide is just below. There we go. And if we drag from here, there, now it's just touching the white as opposed to that little 1 pixel gray. Alright, now we have that selected. I'm going to zoom out. Let's fill this layer with white. There we go. And let's just add a little stroke. So I'm going to deselect. I'm going to double click my course settings background. And I'm going to apply a stroke. So let's click stroke. And we need to make this a lot smaller, 1 pixel. And it needs to be this light gray color. So let's just drag over the left, come up around here, anywhere in here, get that light gray. And we can't really tell because these guides are in the way, but we're going to move it and move this one. And let's hide the reference, or sorry, let's hide this layer. Okay, looks pretty good. Let's just add the course settings now. And I'm just going to use this to see where it starts by dragging a guide. And let's hide the reference again. And let's open up our course settings BG and make sure we can see that. And we're just going to drag a text box. Let me look at what that says one more time. Course settings. Okay. I'm going to delete this text layer and drag a new one and write course settings. Let's make this text a little bit bigger. Do 40 pixels and change the font to bold. Okay, and 5, that looks pretty good. Make sure it's touching right up against this blue guide and that it's in the center. And let's just change the color to the black, dark black, because that's the color it is. Alright, let's zoom out really quickly, have a look, and let's use our reference to compare. And drag this down below the reference, and this down below the reference. And let's hide it. Oh, we need to put our course settings text layer. Make sure this is above the course settings BG. And there we go. Okay, so that looks pretty good. we're going to go ahead and just duplicate that content that we just used and create these last few, and then we'll be finished and we'll finally turn this into a pretty cool mock-up.